Hello and welcome to the Citi Newsroom from our studios at number 5, Owula Hansen Lane at Tesano. I'm Frema Edwin. Police inspector arrested for allegedly killing his girlfriend at Doom in the Ashanti region, remanded into police custody after appearing in court.
You can't kill somebody just because of 5,000 guys in the city. For what? For what? What happened? You don't catch and say Odofo. You have audacity and mind didn't try to say Odofo. Odofo no why? Why Odofo?
Residents of La demonstrate against stalled La General Hospital project.
Mr. Minister, on behalf of government, appear at the La Traditional Council to render an unconditional apology to Nime and the people of La by Wednesday, 3rd May 2023, for the deception and subsequent neglect without any communication whatsoever on the state of the project.
Also in the bulletin, Minister of Science, Environment, Technology and Innovation, Professor Frempong Boateng.
Filing the petition with the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice. It was received by the Commissioner himself. We would have an acknowledgement letter by tomorrow.
And later, 7 leaders of physician assistants who picketed at the premises of the Health Ministry to demand employment arrested.
We came to see the minister. We didn't come to see the police commander. So what we are saying, they should release them. Else we are not leaving. We are not leaving until we have our leaders back and then have the meeting with the minister.
Now, in our first story, the police inspector who has been arrested for allegedly killing his girlfriend at Odum in the Ashanti region, Ahmed Chumesi, has been remanded into police custody after appearing in court. Now, according to the prosecution, investigations have established that the officer committed the act because the deceased failed to refund 5,000 Ghana cedis owed him. Now, speaking in court, however, the embattled police officer Ahmed Chumesi stated that it was not his intention to kill his lover. Middle Belt Bureau Chief Edward Opon-Mafu reports.
Celebrate this month of Easter with Malcolm and save more on your cedis always when you shop on items ranging from groceries, electronics, homeware, kitchenware, furniture, home decor, and many more. Terms and conditions apply. Malcolm, where Ghana shops.
Youth fades, love droops, the leaves of friendship fall. A mother's secret hope outlives them all. We love our mothers all year round, but on Mother's Day, we put Mama on a love pedestal and shower her with the affection that she so easily gives to us. This Mother's Day, Citi FM and Citi TV are creating the platform for you to celebrate your mother in a grand gesture with the A Portrait for Mama Promotion 2023. Here's how to participate. In 100 words or less, celebrate Mama for making the most important intervention that changed the course of your life. Your entry should begin with the phrase, "But for Mama." Don't forget to submit your name, Mama's name, and your contact information. Send your entry via WhatsApp on 054-998-6996 and 020-444-7033. You know how amazing your mother has been through the different seasons of your life, and we are here to help you tell it to the world. So send in that captivating story about Mama and stand a chance of winning a Entries is 30th April 2023. For more information, please call 020-597-3973. A Portrait of Mama promotion is powered by Citi TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM. Terms and conditions apply.
Mother, a fighter and a lover.
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom, and we apologize for that break. And so we go back to our earlier story, where the police inspector who has been arrested for allegedly killing his girlfriend at Tudum in the Ashanti region, Ahmed Chumesi, has been remanded into police custody after appearing in court. Now, according to the prosecution, investigations have established that the officer committed the act because the deceased failed to refund 5,000 Ghana cedis owed him. Speaking in court, however, the embattled police officer Ahmed Chumesi stated that it was not his intention to kill his lover. Our Middle Belt Bureau Chief Edward Opon-Mafo reports.
Ahmed out on Sunday, 23rd April 2023, at Setre, near Vijasi, after allegedly killing his girlfriend on Thursday, 20th April 2023. The police say their investigations show that the inspector, Ahmed Chumesi, allegedly used his service rifle in committing the heinous crime. He has thus been provisionally charged with murder. During the first court proceedings at Asukariman District Court on Thursday, April 25, 2023, the prosecution said that investigations have also established that a police officer wanted a deceased to refund an amount of 5,000 Ghana cedis owed him, following her failure to her death. Speaking in court, the head of legal and prosecutions in the Ashanti region, ACP Kofi Blagoji, described the act by the police inspector as barbaric. He noted that the police administration is saddened by the development, and as such, they will do whatever they can to ensure justice is served. The police said they are particularly worried about the action of the accused since he has served for a long time in the police service. The accused, Inspector Ahmed Chumesi, who was not represented by any lawyer in court, tried throughout the court proceedings. Although his plea was not taken, the suspect told the court he was, however, unable to confirm if the police administration has so far come up with any form of sanctions against the police officer. It was an emotional moment for family members of the deceased who were in court.
You can't kill somebody just because of 5,000 Ghana cedis. For what? For what? What happened? You don't catch and say Odofo. You have audacity and mind didn't say Odofo. Odofo no why? One hour Odofo. Odofo do to me Kumawu be 50 million. Ah, blah, wouldn't be a bit.
Not me nim the entire Wokuno. But another man who said, "Bako to Nabu say, one no must say 50 million. One funny Sikamana, what Kuna to Atene. Namasa, Mrs. Sinemo Killa cry your body to a bobby to Zia, kill and pour what tip on your Yakuno. Your bomb with 2 Kwanzia. That's just 5,000 cities. Welcome, Nipa. It is almost 30th, next month 30th. Yadinebaba. Yadia, Yanisam Labba Yaduma. Yantimi from Lanchi and some at pet. Naminim say, that parade your Wayana Juma, the Ania Pen watching on my Akakot.
Senior court case because Sena Mohono. Now, say no. You must want to mean assurance is now police for name must say or mobeshe say bibia because you know be dia sem nachino. Who say would you say na kwadia me hu ni ye pa say na kwadia e be go see am head here me ni problem
because omo kwa manen kasa o ma yade pa se ya na ekodi papa makoma to me yam se be kwasi ya ma me dia menim se enche nyame ebekasa.
The police had to call for reinforcement after some family members of the deceased attempted to attack the accused. The police eventually used another route and were able to take the suspect out of the
to this raining salt on the accused person who is within the court premises. And so we're coming here in the background. Some of them are basically just trying to wait and just see the suspect. Some of them are saying that they want to engage him to really find out what went into his mind to allegedly commit the act. And so it's an emotional moment. Many of the family members, friends and other sympathizers who have come here to the court premises are in a state of mourning. They can't control themselves and are basically just weeping. The police officers are trying to take the suspect out of court at the moment. And so they have actually found a way. They took the back door, and now the suspect has been taken out. And in fact, many of the family members were trying to get hold of him, but because of the police team that came, they used the back door, and some people are still trying to chase the police vehicle that is going. And so that's it here. The matter has been adjourned to 30th May 2023. For Citi News, I'm Edward Upon Marful, Askramamport District Court, Ashanti Region.
Now, residents of La on Tuesday, April 25, demonstrated against the stalled La General Hospital project. The facility, which was demolished by the government to make way for the planned rehabilitation to improve healthcare delivery in the area, has been left abandoned for over 2 years. The residents bemoan the lack of access to immediate healthcare has been a major challenge for them. The following report has more.
Placards with inscriptions such as "When will the La General Hospital become a reality again? Our women and children are dying. Bring back the hospital," among others, were some of the messages residents of La were sending to the government to immediately commence the reconstruction of the La General Hospital.
I am concerned that whenever anybody falls ill, the place you're supposed to send is the La General Hospital. Now, we don't have it is meant for some people, and if you don't have money, you display our displeasure to the government that they have actually denied the fact that there are people living in the land of Nadekotopon. Because if they knew we are citizens of La, they will come and rebuild it, and actually we have access to free health education. That's the reason why today we are demonstrating.
3 years ago, in March 2020, the people of La witnessed the demolition of the La General Hospital by the government. A few months later, on August 2020, government cut a sword for the reconstruction of the project with the promise to complete it in 2 years. The project was to be financed by a credit facility from Standard Chartered Bank of the United Kingdom with an export credit guarantee from China's Sinosure worth about 68 million euros with an insurance cover of 3.8 million euros. But the project has stalled, with residents raising concerns about the adverse impact it is having on their access to immediate health care.
You see, the hospital must grade from clinic to polyclinic to a general hospital. You understand? So if you come back to say you are coming to renovate a place, you demolish the whole and the entire block. Thinking you can build it in 2 years. Now it's wide over 3 years now. So our concern is, it is just like it has actually denied the fact that there are people living in the land of Nadekotopon. That is the only one today we have rise up
as a concerned citizen of Ladakotopon, we have risen up to show our displeasure that this government is not there to serve our interests.
My mother attends church at Divine Helen Church of Christ, Ladakotopon, near Tawala. One day he wake up to church, and inside the church he said he's feeling pains in his stomach. So they rush him to police hospital. When we reached there, they said they have emergency. So they couldn't attend to my mother. Unfortunately, 1 hour time, my mother passed out. If there was a clinic at La, my mother would survive the pain in her stomach. Right now, I'm speaking to you, my mother has died. So I'm attending this demonstration to tell the president that we need the La General Hospital back.
The demonstration, which spanned about an hour and a half, saw protesters march through major principal streets of La, Laboni and Osu. The Member of Parliament for the constituency, Retana Adolesoa, who joined the protesters, however, bemoaned why the hospital has stalled despite the approvals of tax exemptions on equipment expected to be imported into the country for the construction of the hospital.
They demolished the La General Hospital in 2019. They cut sword in 2020. Promised the good people of Ladakotopon they were going to construct it in 2 years. August last year, that's August 2022, was exactly 2 years they demolished the hospital. As we speak, when you go there, nothing has been done about it. The good people of Ladakotopon facilities turn our people away because they said that they needed tax exemption for equipment that we are going to use for the construction. As Member of Parliament, I supported that tax exemption. But up to date, that tax exemption is about 4 or 5 months now. And up to date, nothing has been done. Where are the equipment? Where is the 68 million euro loan that they contracted?
A representative from the Ministry of National Security received the petition from the residents on behalf of the government in front of the stored project. While delivering the petition, spokesperson for the residents, Jeffrey Tete, made some demands.
Why are others getting their fair share of the national cake, while we are treated as dogs who have to wait for the leftover? If this is the meaning of equality, then we might as well advise ourselves. We are left with one resolve, that government is not prepared to look at the plight of the people of La in terms of their health needs. Considering the foregoing, we the people of La and our brothers and sisters from the entire Gadangme area, on behalf of government, appear at the La Traditional Council to render an unconditional apology to Nime and the people of La by Wednesday, 3rd May 2023, for the deception and subsequent neglect without any communication whatsoever on the state of the project. 2, commence the reconstruction of the hospital within the next 7 days of receiving this petition. Provide guarantees for completing the project within the stated 2-year duration. And 4, we also reject the inclusion of the La General Hospital under the Agenda 111 scheme as it will descope the project. If you fail to heed our request, we the people of La will advise ourselves.
Now, still on health, 7 leaders of a group of physician assistants who picketed at the premises of the health ministry are still locked up after police arrested them for unlawful assembly. The physician assistants were at the health ministry to demand employment, having been jobless since completing their certification 3 years ago. The group flouted an agreement with the police to hold the protest away from the premises of the health ministry, leading to the arrest. The following report has more.
Right, I'm currently standing amongst a group of young people who say they are qualified physician assistants. The problem is that for the past 3 years, since they received their licenses, they have not been employed. This morning, they want the ministry to post them. I'm joined here by one of the protesters. I understand you recently signed an MOU with government. What was contained in that MOU?
Okay, so the memorandum of understanding was that we informed them about this picketing, and there was an agreement to ensure that all NEFs are calmed, so that the ministry will ensure that anybody who is qualified, professionally qualified by the Medical and Dental Council, is posted. That was the memorandum of understanding. But as of now, there is nothing that has been done.
When was this signed?
Almost 2021. Up till now, nothing has been done. We've been to the ministry, we've been to the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health. We've had a lot of engagement, but as I speak, there is nothing to show for. And we are dying, we are hungry. The ordinary physician assistant is ready and willing to support the country in terms of health.
How do you expect government to find the money to pay you once they bring you into the system? Already the government coffers is already stretched with public sector wages.
Our message is simple. Last two weeks, we realized that nurses were posted. We realized that the portal for medical doctors were open for them to have their posting. Same way, physician assistant also deserve the fair share of the national cake.
The leadership of the group is currently locked in a meeting with officials of the that are left behind here. Tell me how you've been surviving for the past 3 years without work.
It's been hardship upon hardship. Looking at the current economic situation in the country, even of pain, the physician assistant 5 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now, qualified with your license, with your certificate, ready to serve people in communities that need our services. Imagine in somewhere in the north, somewhere in the Oti region, somewhere in the Volta region, there are health centers that have been abandoned, whereas there are professionals who could actually be there working to help save lives. What are we seeing here? See, the profession we chose to save life has chosen to kill us.
Your placard says that you deserve better than discrimination.
Because we are all trained as health professionals. So if you are posting nurses, you are posting doctors, why are we not being posted? Why? That was our question today. Why are we not being posted? So we are here today to be posted.
If that doesn't happen, what are the options available to you?
If that doesn't happen, we will work. And we will come in our numbers that time. Today, the only leaders are here. But if we are not posted, if you don't hear anything from them, we will be back next time. And our numbers will be very massive.
The physician assistants came in with a petition, and the public relations officer for the health ministry, Mr. Isaac Ofe, he received the petition on behalf of the health minister.
We are assuring that we'll send this petition to him and then we'll deal with it accordingly. However, have been raised here. The ministry make recruitment based on clearance that we receive from the Ministry of Finance. And so when we get a clearance, then we open the portal and then we allow them to access. There have been a Now that we've received this petition, it will motivate us to push further. We are pushing. The ministry is not relenting on making sure that all health workers are sent back to their various places to work.
The picketing took a different turn when 3 of the leaders were picked up by the police. It was later revealed that they had been picked up for violating an agreement with the police, which did not permit them to picket at the ministry, but rather at the Independence Square. Stephen Kondia explained the circumstances that led to the arrest of their leaders.
We were waiting to have they told us. So we have gathered the way to ask whether I am one of the leaders whose name is on the letter that was submitted to them. Unfortunately, my name wasn't part. I was wishing that my name was part. So when I said no, then he mentioned the other 2 guys. He knew their names were there. And he said the police command wants to see them. So they had to go with them to the police station. So there was one other leader who, even though wasn't on it, but joined them. So there are three: Eugene, Isaac, and Francis Apia. So as we speak, they are the police head office. I don't know what is happening there.
The group was defiant against the police order to leave the premises until their arrested colleagues were freed.
We came to see the minister. We didn't come to see the police commander. So what we are saying, they should release them. Else we are not leaving. We are not leaving until we have our leaders back and then have the meeting with the minister.
That was the general mood of the group, and then this happened. Policemen in plain clothes showed up in Rambo style to scare the protesters away. In the course of doing so, 4 more people were arrested, taking the total number to 7.
It's been quite an eventful day. The physician assistants who went to the Ministry of Health this morning to picket had no idea that 7 of their members would be arrested and brought to the regional police headquarters. Initially, 3 of them were picked up, 3 of their leaders were picked up, and later 4 were added when policemen in plain clothes came over to drive them away after they refused to leave the premises of the Ministry of Health until their postings were handed over to them. So they've all been brought here to the regional police headquarters. Now, some of the members of the group have come in here to try and negotiate the release of their colleagues. For Citi News, my name is Charles Osukumi, reporting.
Now, away from health, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration has successfully coordinated the evacuation of 82 Ghanaian nationals from the Republic of Sudan. Sudan has been gripped by a deadly conflict between the Sudanese armed forces and the paramilitary rapid support forces, resulting in avoidable casualties in the past week, which has forced many countries to evacuate their citizens from the country. The ministry on Sunday, April 23, in a statement disclosed that it was collaborating with its missions in Cairo, Addis Ababa, and the honorary consul in Khartoum to facilitate a safe passage out of the conflict-ridden Sudan. A follow-up statement on April 25 disclosed that Ghanaian nationals in the troubled country have been taken to safety in Sudan, awaiting to be transported tomorrow to Ethiopia for onward repatriation. This is the Citi Newsroom, still to come. Member of Parliament for South Dai petitions charged to investigate report on Galamsey in Ghana by former Minister of Science, Environment, Technology and Innovation, Professor Frimpong Boateng. We have the details coming up shortly. Please stay.
Today he has been extra sweet, and the way he looks at me.
I have done everything by the book. It's on. Hey, but I have to get some condoms, Charlie.
Are an effective way for protection against HIV infection. Don't take risks. Use a condom every time. Always come prepared.
This advert is brought to you by the Ghana AIDS Commission and Ghana Health Service.
Another season of the Citi FM Family Consecration is here again. Your family radio station invites you to the 2023 edition of the Family Consecration Service. Let's hold ourselves in readiness as we prepare for a time of divine be a 6-hour intense moment of prayer time for families from 6 a.m. till 12 noon. Come and let us reinforce the resurrection power of Christ, which ensures our forgiveness, healing, business breakthroughs and open doors, sound and prosperous marriages, divine blessings in career and destiny fulfillment over our families. There will also be a time for the renewal of vows for married couples. The 2023 Family Consecration Service is powered by 97.3 Citi FM with support from Citi TV. As always, the family that prays together stays together.
His favor be upon
You.
Hello again. Member of Parliament for South Dai Roxanne Nelson Dafiamekpo has petitioned charge to investigate the Diamond report on Galamsey in Ghana by former Minister of Science, Environment, Technology and Innovation, Professor Frimpong Boateng. The former minister, who also doubled as the chairman of the Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining, in a 37-page document, accused key political actors in government of their participation in polluting major water bodies. The revelations have necessitated the Member of Parliament to fall on the Commission of Human Rights and Administrative Justice to probe the report further.
South Dai MP Roxanne Nelson Dafiamekpo on Tuesday petitioned the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice to investigate alleged corrupt practices, conflict of interest in a report served as the chairman. The petition, dated April 25, 2023, indicates that a report of the Ministerial Committee has exposed the severity and damage caused to the forest reserve and water bodies in the country. This has become one of the major problems yet to be tackled by the government. The Office of the President has also rejected the report, describing the allegations as hearsay without any factual evidence. But the lawyers for the South Dai MP, led by Papu Samoa Ado, the matter must be independently probed for punitive measures to be taken against the culprits.
He has an emergency in his constituency, so he couldn't be here himself, but as his lawyer, we have done the needful by filing the petition with the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice. It was received by the Commissioner himself. We would have an acknowledgement letter by tomorrow, and they would begin investigations immediately. They have a process by which they go through. They first have to assess the petition and find out whether we have met the basic requirements that qualify the petition to be investigated. Once that is done, they would then issue out the necessary letters to the parties that are concerned and affected for them to respond to the allegations contained therein. And then, based on that, they would then do their preliminary investigations and, if necessary, begin sittings in respect of the particular case. So it's a process. Once you activate it, we expect that it will move smoothly and timeously. It is something that we'll be following. We have requested for public hearings in respect of this particular matter. We expect that there should be no reason why we should not have same. In fact, the Commission indicates to me that they always hold public hearings. It's just that sometimes we, the media, don't seem to be too interested. It goes beyond the issues of corruption and allegations of conflict of interest that have been made against certain public officers. Our concern is the degradation of the environment. That is a human rights issue which actually goes to the right to life. And so the persons who live in those villages whose means of livelihood are affected. Their cocoa trees are destroyed. Their cash crops are destroyed. The devastation that is ongoing to our water bodies, the inability of most of our Ghana Water Company to be able to give us drinking water, among others, makes this a pressing national issue.
The Member of Parliament, also in the petition, wants Shraj to investigate allegations of abuse of office made by the former Secretary of the Ministerial Committee, Charles Bisu, against Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng over matters involving some 500 excavators that supposedly went missing around February 2020.
There's enough material for investigation. A statement on Ghana, captured in Ghana Web, but that's 15th March 2020. The 500 missing excavators, and actually made allegations that Professor Boateng himself was also involved in Galamsey. What we are studying is we have a menace. There is illegal mining. The allegations cut across both ways. The allegations involve government officials, private persons, and all that. How do we stop this menace? How do we bring those who have devastated our environment to book? Clearly, the government is not interested. So we need to fall upon our independent agencies such as SHRAJ to do the work. Other arms of government are interested. Parliament has not responded. The executive says they are not interested. So we only have SHRAJ as our last bulwark. If they also fail us, then we are doomed. We will be importing water very soon.
Lawyer for Member of Parliament for South Dai, that's Roxy Nelson Dafiamekbo, says that he is interested in this particular matter, how it pans out in terms of its investigations, or the high-profile individuals who have been accused of engaging in illegal mining in the country will be investigated by the Commission of Human Rights and Administrative Justice. Reporting for Citi News, Akusa.
Meanwhile, the National Democratic Congress, NDC, wants the Office of the Special Prosecutor and Parliament to institute a public inquiry into the report released by the former Minister for Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Professor Frimpong Boateng, on illegal mining. The party, in a media interaction on the matter, also urged Parliament to consider a bipartisan public probe into the report. Citi News' Philip Ni Late has more in the following report.
Addressing the media at the Moment of Truth series at the NDC headquarters, Communications Officer of the party, Sami Jemfi, said illegal mining, also known as Galamsey, was bound to flourish under the NPP government. He added that the Galamsey report released by the former Minister of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Professor Frimpong Boateng, affirms that the Akufo-Addo government was not committed to fight Galamsey. The party called on the Special Prosecutor and Parliament to institute a public bipartisan inquiry into the report.
The only thing that can explain this scandalous revelation is that President Akufo-Addo is himself complicit in the illegal Galamsey menace. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen of the media, if there was any doubt that the so-called fight against illegal mining by the Akufo-Addo-Bawumia MPP government has been a sham, then this is the clearest evidence yet again. The Frimpong Boateng report confirms one truth, that illegal mining activities have been a free-for-all enterprise for many in the Akufo-Addo-Bawumia MPP administration. We are of the view that the only way to establish the truth and get to the bottom of the issues contained in the Professor Frimpong Boateng Galamsey report is for Parliament to institute a publicly televised and bipartisan inquiry into this report, which essentially is an obituary of President Akufo-Addo's monumentally failed fight against illegal mining. The special prosecutor on his part must act with alacrity by probing the Frimpong Boateng perpetrated serious crimes against the state, as contained in the reports.
The NDC believes that it will be a step in the right direction if Parliament and the Office of the Special Prosecutor launch an immediate probe into the Professor Frimpong Boateng Galamsey report. Reporting for 16 years from the NDC headquarters, my name is Philip Latte.
Asking in the upcoming Kumawu election to be law-abiding and refrain from acts that will lead to violence. In preparation for the election, the Commission has begun recruiting electoral officers for the exercise. Citi News' Ashanti regional correspondent Hafiz Tijani reports.
The two major political parties, the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress, have selected their parliamentary candidates to run for the upcoming by-election. The Convention People's Party and the People's National Convention have also settled on who to represent them. An independent candidate is also preparing to contest the polls. The Electoral Commission will conduct the May 23 by-election at Kumawu, and its Ashanti Regional Director, Benjamin Banobio, spoke to Citi News about preparations so far.
We have finished with the recruitment of returning officers, and the recruitment officials is ongoing. In fact, we've got into advanced stage where we are investigating their backgrounds and things like that. Yeah, having done that, we have also grouped or prepared all the materials that will be needed for the program. When this is done, we'll train them, we'll take them through all the processes that will be involved in the exercise. And we expect them to go by the directives that will be issued to them. Then secondly, they will have to do the work in a very non-partisan manner and go according to what the Commission has indicated for them to do. And so we expect them to work professionally so that in the end, the results that will be declared will be a true reflection of the desire of the people who voted.
The Kumawu parliamentary seat became vacant following the demise of the MPP sitting Member of Parliament, Philip Baswa. While the MPP is hoping to retain the seat, the NDC and the independent candidates are also leaving nothing to chance and also confident of winning. But the Electoral Commission wants all political parties to play to the rules.
We are expecting that everybody will play the game according to the law governing elections. We wouldn't want any tension, avoidable conflicts, any form of violence should be taken away. The people of Kumawu are going to determine who should be their next MP. So we should give them the opportunity to have peaceful elections. Most often than not, it is the outsiders who come and create confusion and tension. We are not saying that the outsiders should not, even if I were to have my way, if you don't have any business, don't be there, so that we have peaceful elections.
Director of Electoral Services at the Electoral Commission, Dr. Sribo Kweku, called on the security agencies to be firm and enforce the laws without fear or favor.
The security services are there, one, to protect the election officials, to protect election materials, to protect the voters, protect the media persons like you, so that you can do coverage without looking back. Because once anybody is performing legitimate duty, the security people are supposed to protect them. So I will tell them that they will handle anybody without fear or favor. Even if I myself am doing something contrary to the law, they should handle me. So they should take people through the law, and so that no one will begin to punish offenders of wrongdoing. People will begin to set up. And most often than not, election-related materials, KKK after elections dies down. That's why people continue to misbehave.
The Ashanti Regional Director of the Electoral Commission, Bano Bio, assured the Commission with its officers will ensure a transparent process.
Polling station results are given to each agent. Every candidate should just go for the polling station. That forms the basic document for us to declare the results at the constituency level. And so if you do a genuine job, the results that will be declared by the Electoral Commission, you should also have the same. The Commission has no interest in any candidate or any party. We are coming to work professionally.
The Kumawu constituency has a voter population of about 35,000. The Electoral Commission will close nominations on May 5, 2023. The Electoral Commission says it expects all political parties contesting in the Kumawu by-election to comply with all the rules and regulations to ensure a smooth process. Hafiz Tijani, Citi News, Kumasi, Ashanti Region.
The Ghana Water Company Limited in the northern region has intensified its revenue mobilization exercise to retrieve arrears owed it. According to the water company, about 45 million Ghana cedis is in debt, and this is crippling the operations. Out of this amount, the company says 90% of debtors are domestic consumers, with 10% being government institutions. Our northern regional correspondent, Diana Ngwan, reports.
Last week, the Ghana Water Company's plant in Yendi was disconnected from electricity supply by the Northern Electricity Distribution Company, NEDCO, during its revenue mobilization exercise due to non-payment of bills. Similarly, the Dalong Water Treatment Plant, which supplies water to residents in Tamale and its environs, is threatened with disconnection from NEDCO as the water company owes about 62 million Ghana cedis. In the midst of this, the water company is being owed by domestic and institutional customers to the tune of 45 million cedis in the northern region alone. In an interview with Citi News, the Northern Regional Chief Manager at Ghana Water Company Limited, Stephen Ameyo Mensah, said it has intensified its debt recovery exercise in the northern region. According to him, the exercise is necessary so as to enable them to pay their debt.
If we are to be able to keep our treatment plants running, we have to retrieve all these monies. And to make the issue more serious, all of us know that power is an input into our process to produce water. We all heard about how our plant at Yendi was disconnected. In fact, the plant was disconnected. All the boreholes were also disconnected, and our district offices. So although we know we have to collect our money, this has made it very serious. If we don't work hard to collect our money and be able to pay for power and other supplies, the company may run down in the northern region. But I want the press to help me to be able to collect the revenue, because water is the public health item. If we don't manage it properly and we get all our plants disconnected and people go for other sources of water, we may have public health challenges. That is why I want to employ all of you to help Ghana Water Company, Northern Region in particular, to retrieve our arrears so that we can pay our debtors and keep the system running.
He added that the exercise is yielding results, even though they are unable to mention the amount recovered so far.
This mobilization started some months ago. First, it's a monthly thing, but we have intensified it, and today we targeted our East District, Tamale East District in particular. Then tomorrow we shall move to another district, but today we targeted Tamale East District. I'm getting very positive feedbacks, and the cashiering point is very active this morning. I've been there, it's very, very active. People who are disconnected and they come in to pay. And some of the leaders have come to give me a briefing, but we are here to do the total analysis and know that how much we have collected for today. But the signs are very positive.
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV, still to come. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo gives the Ghana National Gas Company Limited, Ghana Gas, the green light to acquire the Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company. We'll be back with the details shortly. Don't go away.
Finally, anyone can become a household.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Flip, a real estate gaming platform that allows you to play and stand a chance of winning a house or cash or consolidated prizes, such as savings towards a house. Simple and easy to play. Visit www.ugoflip.com. Buy a ticket to enter the game. Wait for the end of the game to enjoy the win. Anyone can win. Flip it or own it. Ugoflip. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Play responsibly, not for persons below 18 years, and gaming can be addictive.
Hello again. President Akufo-Addo is urging countries along the coast to do more to fight piracy. Nana Akufo-Addo said the increasing spate of piracy and oil theft must be addressed, opening the extraordinary conference of heads of states of the Gulf of Guinea Commission at the Jubilee House. President Akufo-Addo, who is chairman of the commission, said more needs to be done. Citi News' Sami Wiafe has more.
The Gulf of Guinea Commission, established in July 2001, currently has 9 members, which includes Nigeria, Angola, DR Congo, Cameroon, among others. The Commission has the sole objective of collaborating with member states to end maritime crime. Ghana, which currently chairs the Commission, joined in 2017 after her application was accepted in 2016. Opening the one-day conference in Accra, President Akufo-Addo says maritime crime has become the biggest threat on the coast, with piracy leading the charge.
Excellencies, I've taken advantage of this extraordinary meeting to bring up for discussion 2 issues that are of great importance to our region. Firstly, the issue of finding means of making our region a safe, secure, and prosperous one. And secondly, the deliberation on whether it is in our collective interest to enlarge the Gulf of Guinea Commission so that we will have, as member states, all the coastal states of West and Central Africa, from Cape Verde to Angola, instead of only the coastal states of the geographical Gulf of Guinea region, from Cote d'Ivoire to Angola, as is currently set out in the 2001 treaty establishing the Gulf of Guinea Commission. There will then be the need to amend this treaty to reflect this new development if it is so accepted. These are the items for our agenda for the closed-door session. It is important that we have some serious discussion on these items in order to come up with strategies geared towards strengthening peace and security and winning the fight against maritime-related crimes in the region, such as piracy, illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing, arms trafficking, pollution of the environment, smuggling, fuel and crude oil theft.
Outgoing Executive Secretary of the Gulf of Guinea Commission, Florentina Deneke Ogunga, on her part, called on member countries to help sustain the Commission.
Lack of participation at statutory meetings and other meetings of the GGC at appropriate levels. Lack of payment of contribution, as and when due, which leads to non-organization of proposed meetings or seminars as previously scheduled. Also, lack of payment of contributions will lead to delays in payment of salaries and organizing the activities planned to be carried out in the course of the year. Lack of funds to recruit more professionals required to fill the minimum staff level approved for the Commission since 2010. Lack of adequate headquarters buildings to give visibility to the GJC in the host country. This matter has been taken up on several occasions with the host authorities, and the promise is always it is being looked into, it shall be addressed. The GGC has moved 3 times since its establishment, and facilities already installed are lost or damaged in the course of movement and change of address.
Aspiring National Democratic Congress NDC presidential candidate John Dramani Mahama says the country's cocoa sector is on the verge of collapse because of the mismanagement of the sector by the government. Now addressing party supporters and branch executives at the start of a 2-day campaign tour of the Western North region, Mr. Mahama said government's failure to adjust the producer price of cocoa annually and other contributing factors are to account for the poor state of the sector.
Abra ndis wa ban mu afibia yekọ amanone ne ekoton koko na ne ade bia beto ekriafo no sika so every year ne adjust producer price no and then so the aban baye 4 years ansana omo aye adjustment kitu ebi enti amakoko ejuma no enye debium ezu enti adano me hu video bi ena koko ekwani waton ne koko fo no ama galamsey fo se on betu gold o se fi se mfa so bi eni subium woti koko no na o de koma omo a bosom miensa ansa na unsa ka osika endi se abrenso de wodi koko no kwa ehwo a ne edi osika ma o ne edi bonus account.
Now, President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo has given the Ghana National Gas Company Limited, Ghana Gas, the green light to acquire the Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company. The cylinder manufacturing company, which has been in existence for over 20 years, has been struggling to run efficiently for years due to alleged mismanagement by previous managers. The acquisition of the company will help it acquire the necessary resources to run efficiently. This was captured in a letter the presidency wrote to the managing director of the Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company Limited and cited by Citi News. Now, moving on, Ghana Statistical Service says although the country has seen a decline in malaria cases, its prevalence in children living in rural areas is about 3 times as high compared to urban areas. The Statistical Service revealed this in a press statement on Tuesday to mark the 2023 World Malaria Day celebration, which is under the theme, Time to Deliver Zero Malaria. Invest, innovate and implement. There is more in the following report filed by Citi News' Rachel Edmond and read by Emmanuel Opong.
World Malaria Day is celebrated annually on April 25 worldwide to recount the successes and challenges in the fight against the disease. This year's theme is Time to Deliver Zero Malaria. Invest, innovate and implement. According to the WHO 2022 World Malaria Report, malaria control has seen significant success over the past years, largely due to the implementation of cost-effective interventions. On the back of this, Ghana Health Service disclosed that there had been a reduction in malaria morbidity and mortality rates across all regions of the country. However, the Ghana Statistical Service on Tuesday issued a press release stating its finding from the 2022 Ghana Demographic and Health Survey, which indicated that malaria prevalence in rural areas is about 3 times that of urban. It further states that malaria prevalence in children aged between 6 to 59 months is 8.6% according to microscopic results. According to the data, Greater Accra has the lowest prevalence, followed by the Western North and Volta region. Director of Field Operations at the Ghana Statistical Service shared more insight of his outfit's discovery with Citi News.
We have conducted demographic and health survey, malaria indicator survey, and for 2014, it came up that malaria prevalence from microscopy result was 26.7 at the national level. And since then, it has been dropping. But for 2022, we've realized that malaria prevalence among children 6 to 59 months has dropped to 8.6%. Of course, there are locality variation. In other words, the urban and the rural areas, you see variations roughly 3 times that of urban was recorded in the rural areas. In other words, urban recorded 4.3, whereas the rural recorded 12.6 or so. And this indicates that malaria prevalence among children in the rural areas is relatively high.
Giving an address at the commemoration of the 2023 World Malaria Day in Accra, the Health Minister Kwekwajiman Menu emphasized that malaria exerts financial burden on the country, hence the need to intensify advocacy and promote proper uptake of control intervention.
Ghana, as a member of the United Nations and the WHO, is fully committed to eliminating malaria from Ghana, and I believe we can. Nanache, ladies and gentlemen, it is impossible to eliminate malaria without close collaboration and strong partnerships with sectors such as agriculture, local government and rural development, education, works and housing, the Development and Planning Commission, immigration, civic education, CSOs, the private sector, training and research, religious and traditional leaderships, amongst others, that time won't permit me to list. And not forgetting the communities and our households.
Chief of Staff Akosia Frema Osei Opare disclosed the government's preparedness to deploy and implement various strategies to achieve the aim of malaria elimination in the country.
I would like to assure you of government's commitment and support to deploy and implement various strategies and activities once finalized. Government is prepared to play the necessary leadership role for malaria elimination. We aspire to get to zero malaria based on the pillars of the theme for this year, that is, invest, innovate, and implement.
And this is where we part company. You've been watching the Citi Newsroom. Visit our website, citinewsroom.com, for more news updates. Subscribe to CityTube on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Citi TV. Many thanks for your time. I'm Frima Edunyame.